Hi everyone, it's Miss Lanie, and today in our jazz class we'll be working on our kicks. We're going to take a moment to think about stretching and flexibility, then we'll work on our strength, and finally we'll throw it all together with some exercises. First, let's work on our stretching and flexibility. Now, I'm assuming that in class you probably had a little bit of stretching that you learned, so you can definitely do any of those. Those are all probably good if your teachers taught them to you. Things like our butterfly stretches are really going to help open those hips here, as long as you're making sure that your chest is still nice and strong. But you can also bend it down to just get a little bit more of a stretch. We can move into our straddle stretches are also going to help move those hips in, get those stretched out so they're ready to go. We can go some focus on one side to the other as well. That's going to help as well, especially for if you have one hip that's a little bit more tight than the other. One of my favorites is to do a little stretch that's like, it goes like this. You cross your leg right over the other, and then you pull the other one as close as you can. You can do it laying down like this, and you can move it side to side just to get it right where you need it for that stretching, or you can sit up with it as well and hit it right here. Each of those positions are going to hit a slightly different spot, so you just focus on what you need and don't feel like you have to do any certain spot. Another really good one is if you can find yourself a nice blank wall here, you're going to sit right up against it. Make sure you don't have anything on it that you'll knock down. You're going to let gravity take your legs as far down as they can go. If you're going here, that's totally fine. Don't push it past what you can do because that can really hurt. You really just want to let it go as far as it can. And once you're to that spot, you can take your hands and just either lay them here or you can press down a little bit further just to get a nice stretch. I'm going to move mine a little bit further down. And if you're down here and you are not really feeling anything, or if you are, just chill out here for a little while, making sure that our backs are still pressing into the ground. If you want to switch up, if you've got your full split, you can go up against the wall here and practice that. Don't do this one as much if you don't have your full split. And for my girls who are working on their over splits, you can take a block or a magazine or a book and place it in front of your feet at the very edge. Let me show you. So that you can place a book here in front so that your foot is farther back than your hips, and that's going to stretch those out even more. These are by no means all of the exercises that you need to do. I would actually definitely recommend putting some more in and doing a little bit more stretching before continuing with the video, but these are just some of the ones that I found really helpful as I've continued to train my flexibility. No matter how flexible you are, it's still very important to have strength behind your kicks and your leg work, so let's work on some strength. For our first strength exercise today, you're going to need to find yourself a trusty stool or chair or table or something that you can put your leg on top of. For the height, you don't want it to be too low. You want it to almost be at 90 degrees where your hip is. So my taller friends will need to find a taller stool, and my shorter friends will need to find a shorter stool. For this exercise, we're not really worried about height because we're focusing on our strength. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your leg up here. It doesn't really matter how you get up here. It's important to think about during this exercise that you're keeping your chest in line with your leg, and we're trying to keep it from moving forward or back. To lift our leg, we want our thigh and our hips to do the lifting here. You're going to make sure that your standing leg is nice and straight and strong. We're going to pull up nice and high through our entire spine so our posture is really, really good. And then we're going to lift our leg off of the stool and put it back down. The higher your stool is, so if it's a little bit above 90, it's going to be a little harder, but it's okay because it's still working those muscles. So You can pause the video and do more if you want, but let's just start with 10. Okay, we're gonna do 2 counts up and 2 counts down. 10 on each side. 5, 6, 7, 8. That this strength exercise is not a catch-all exercise, so make sure you're still practicing other strength exercises that we aren't going to do in this video for the sake of time. Next, we're going to move into our exercises. Next exercise is going to be a battement exercise, going across the floor, so you're going to need a little bit more space for this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a front right battement, front left battement, then we're going to twist and do a side, and then to the back. Then leads right back into our right front battement. If you have space to do 2 rounds. We're going to do 2 going this way and 2 going this way in this video, but you can definitely do more reps if you want to. Remember that when we're doing our battement kicks, we're going to whack as hard as we can to the top, and then we're going to squeeze that leg really, really tight as we let it down gently. So it's not going whack, whack, it's going whack and fall. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now the other side. We're going to start like kicking with the left foot. 5, 6, 7, 8. Totally fine. You can work on it when you get back. For this exercise, we're going to do a cartwheel, and then we're going to move into a tilt from that cartwheel. So you can start with your favorite side, but I recommend doing it on both sides just because we really want to make sure we're practicing that even technique and flexibility. So we're going to start by doing a cartwheel, and then you lead right into your tilt, which will then take you back the other way to lead into your other tilt. Okay, let's try with music. 5, 6, 7, 8. That is all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned some new ways you can work on your kicks at home. Bye-bye!